Yo, what's the deal, family? Welcome back to another SOS podcast. I am Cameron. This is my beautiful wife, Erin.
Hello.
What's going on, babe?
Nothing. Just excited to sip on this. What are we sipping on today?
We got a little
Cheers.
fall apple cider drink with a little bourbon, lemon juice, orange juice. Ah, man, what else did I put in this?
It's good though.
Yeah,
Apple cider.
I said apple cider cocktail
Oh.
punch. So yesterday we had what was supposed to be like a game night. Technically, I guess it was still a game night. It was just a different definition. All the guys were watching literally football the entire day. But we were supposed to have like a game night for her mom. But it turned into like a whole shindig. Like she had some family in from out of town. They came over. And honestly, anytime it's something like that, that's not the focus is not what we intended it. So
Yeah. It turned into
anyway,
just
made some punch.
a chill night.
We had
yeah.
some food, had a potato bar.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, good time.
So this is leftover punch. It's really good too.
Yeah.
It's like spiked cider. We actually had spiked cider at our wedding. We had cider and donuts. We had a fall wedding, so
Yeah.
it was really
I
cute.
think that had Hennessy in it though. Damo put Hennessy. Who made that? Damo, right?
Mm-mm.
Who made that?
My cousin Kyla.
Oh, Kyla made it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway, okay. This or that. A chill bonfire night at home, roasting marshmallows, like making s'mores, that kind of vibe. Or cider mill, pumpkin patch, apple picking, hayride type vibe. Like which fall activity are you going for?
Dang. I love both. Like,
You got to pick one.
I'm kind of like I'm like perplexed right now, just because like we have River now, so I'm kind of thinking like the family stuff. I would pick cider mill for that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with cider mill just because like I enjoy family, so typically we go with our family.
Yeah.
It's just good enough for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I hate that I have to not pick Bonfire though, because it's just a great time. Like you're in the comfort of your crib, our backyard.
Yeah. I'm going bonfire.
Yeah, that's all.
Even though I love the cider mill, we go every year, obviously. That's like a huge thing in the Midwest, particularly Michigan. I feel like Michigan has the best cider mills. I mean, I haven't experienced them in any other state.
I really don't know anyone else other
I
state
don't
that really
think
talks
it's
about
as
them.
huge of a thing as it is in Michigan. Anywhere else.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, so we go every year, and I love it. Like, it sucks to pick one over the other, but
That's
I
what I'm
just
saying,
feel like
like-
with the bonfire, the reason why I think I'm skewing more toward that is because it can be more of like every Friday night, like we light a bonfire, we do the thing. Like, it's kind of like more of like a routine tradition because it's so easy because it's at home.
Yeah.
And then, like, you could put the projector up and, like, you
Yeah.
can kind of make it into something. Whereas the cider mill is kind of like I don't want to say a one-time thing, but, like, you kind of do your one big cider mill trip a year, and then that's kind of
You could do a bonfire, like, low-key whenever.
Yeah. So
It's like I wanted to say bonfire. I do.
I
just
love that
because-
this is, like, such a thought-provoking.
I know, like, it's like when I kind of think of it, it's kind of like to me, I would say it's more fun. I don't know if it's because
The bonfire?
It's just kind of like it's more chill, laid
Yeah.
back. You're not really doing a whole bunch of like walking somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You got hot
There's no
chocolate.
crowds.
Right. The crowd is your crowd.
Yeah.
You have
Little drinky
drink, hot chocolate,
Yeah.
s'mores, food that you actually enjoy.
Yeah.
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 And if you want donuts, you can go get some donuts and bring everything to your bonfire.
Yeah. So are you switching?
I'm just gonna go against you. But that's it's not comparable.
It's not.
Yeah.
They're totally different. But let us know what your favorite fall activity is. We have all 4 seasons here in Michigan. So we fully get to actually enjoy fall and like all the festivities.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So what are we talking about today? Oh, okay. I know what we're talking about. We are talking about Love is Blind.
Oh yeah, that is.
So we have been watching Love is Blind. Every season, in my opinion, gets worse. Like, well, the last season before this one was actually worse than this season. But every season just gets progressively worse. I feel like a lot of the people, most of the people, if not all of them, just get on there just to grow their personal brand, honestly. Like, I don't think that they actually want to fall in love, especially once they get out of the pods and then they're apprehensive about who they're with, or they say it's just not enough time to make a decision. You only had 3-4 weeks after you proposed to make a decision on if you wanted to marry them. So this season, there was the guy, Tyler. Everyone's been talking about them, Tyler and Ashley, which I thought were going to be the kind of the golden couple of the season. I feel like there's always one couple. And if you notice, the star couple, quote unquote, is always the one that they show in the very first scene of every show, like every season. So, like, they were the first couple that was shown in the season. And to me, that always happens.
Like before, like the pods and stuff, before they like start the show?
Like when they're like, yeah, kind of like the first couple out the gate that they kind of show before the season kind of, I don't know, before they like back out and say like, okay, this is the premise of the show, like the teaser, I guess.
Oh, okay.
They always kind of show the star couple first, I feel like. But it's very chaotic with the two of them. Like, everyone thought that they were like this solid couple, and then bam, he's like, I'm a sperm donor. And it's funny because Cameron you actually like predicted that he was a dad.
It's not that I predicted it. It was just more so whatever episode I was watching with you, I was like, I asked, was he someone's dad? Like, he seems like a dad.
And at the time, he had not disclosed anything about having kids.
Yeah, no.
So what made you feel like he was a dad?
I don't know. The dude just looked like somebody's daddy. Like I mean, like he act like it. He kind of has like the. You know how I always be saying like dudes like you seem like somebody's dad.
Mm-hmm. That's
what he has. So that's why I asked him like, because remember this season I haven't really watched just because. Yeah, it doesn't. It's just I can't do this one. Like, this one is too bad. But. That one episode I was watching, I was like, oh, that's they seem cool, but my man seemed like he's somebody's dad. Like, is he a dad?
No, but you were like, Aaron, he has to have kids.
And I was like, nah,
he has. You were
kids.
like,
no, he don't. I'm like, he gotta have kids.
He does not have kids. If he had kids, it would have already come out. And then boom, episode like 8, they're like
a few weeks later or something like that.
Yeah, they were like, how could you keep this from me? Blah, blah, blah.
And then you were like, babe, yes.
So really the realty is that he comes out and says he's a sperm donor for 3 kids to one of his friends who's a lesbian and couldn't have, obviously, kids on her. Like, she needed a sperm donor to have her own kids.
Right.
So I guess he donated his sperm to her and her partner. And then they broke up, and then...
The girl and her partner?
Yeah, the girl and her partner broke up after they had one child.
This is all on the show?
No, this wasn't on the show. This is the tea that came out once the girl who he donated the sperm to is like, no, this man is not just a sperm donor. Like, he's actively in these kids' lives.
What is she
He
saying
basically told on social media.
Oh,
so Tyler basically told Ashley, he's a sperm donor. I mean, I'm a sperm donor. I don't even see these kids. I don't have a relationship with them. It was purely like, I'm not like in their lives, basically.
Right.
Because he said that on national/international TV, the baby mama, or I shouldn't call her baby mama, but like the woman who he donated his sperm to, she was like, no, that's actually not true. Like, how are you just gonna just lie like this? Basically, you did donate sperm for the first child, but then once her and her partner broke up, they ended up messing around or getting, I don't know if they got together or were a couple or if they just like were having sex and like, you know,
she wasn't like
entertaining each other per se. So and then she got pregnant with twins from him. They like, there was no insemination, no process of sperm donation or anything. Like, he actively impregnated her.
So my man goofy.
So how can you just lie like that on TV and say that? You know what I mean? So that's the thing. So now all of that is coming out, which is kind of sucks because this all came out after the reunion was already shot, and I would love to see like all of that at the reunion, but I don't think that that's going to be aired.
Did you finish the show?
Yeah, I finished the show. They both said yes to each other, so they got married.
So they married?
Yeah.
Still?
I don't know. The reunion is always shot a year after the season is shot.
Oh, okay.
So the reunion comes out this week.
Oh, so you haven't seen the reunion yet? That hasn't come out?
No. All of this is just coming out on social media.
Because that's when the girl saw it.
Yeah, because she saw it live with everybody else. And now she's like, actually, no. That's not what happened. So my question is, outside of Love is Blind, when is the right time to kind of show your cards? Like
that?
Like if you have children and you're going out, like if you're dating somebody, or if you, I don't know, it doesn't even have to be children. Like whatever kind of things you're holding or baggage you may have.
Baggage that can come up.
Yeah. When is the appropriate time? And you say baggage that can come up, but do you think all baggage should not be disclosed before we get into the...
I just think that some baggage just don't come out, I guess. I don't know. Like, it's not, like, deep like that. Like, kids
Like, should it be kept a secret?
It just may not seem like it need to be said, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, I feel like there are some things that it's just not... Like, it won't do anything whether I say
it or not.
Yeah.
Okay, so at that point, you feel like it doesn't necessarily have to be disclosed. Okay, so in the case that it is children or something that has a big impact on the other person, at what point in the relationship do you feel like it needs to be said? Because to paint the picture for them, they were engaged. Like you're supposed to propose to the person in the pod before you even see them. And so, you know, it sounded like he was just basically like, oh yeah, this.
I mean, he goofy for sure.
I got 3 sperm donated kids.
No, he's a goofy. He's a goofball.
So at what point do you feel like things should be disclosed?
I don't think there's a set time. I will say that if that would never be me. Like, so I'm not gonna say if it were me, but if it were me, I just think it's fair. Like something with kids. Like I feel like if it's kids, health related, something up there. Like, if I actually like you, I feel like, or someone likes somebody, and y'all have been out a few times, I think it's fair to kind of say that somewhat earlier on to give that person a chance not to keep going deeper if they choose not to.
Yeah.
Like, if they feel like they don't want to take on that, like, essentially responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that would be fair. Like, if you say, oh, I got 2 kids.
Okay, so, but some people feel like that shouldn't define who I am. Like, if you like me, you should like me for me.
I didn't say it should define. I said it should give me the ability to choose if I want to take on. Don't put the words in my mouth. I said if I want to take on that responsibility.
People feel like they're automatically going to get X'd out because of those types of situations. It's like
that's not true. I feel like if he was from what I saw, I thought the man was mature. I'm like, the brother gotta have kids. He just seemed like, from how he was talking, he just seemed like he had to have kids. So I'm going to assume if you're a parent, all that goofy, silly, not being upfront stuff should be out your own window. That should be way past you. Like, I feel like if you want someone to take you serious and you have kids that you are taking serious, then you should be able to say, you know, I like you. I think that you like me too. But, you know, here it is.
Right.
Like, because I like you, you know, I would like to share with you, like, you know, I have kids.
So are you thinking like
that should be a deal breaker? I'm just saying you should be able to give that person the option.
Yeah.
If they want to take that on.
I agree. I think that it's nothing. If you want to be with someone, there's nothing that, and this is who you are. Like, you have to kind of lead with who you are.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost worse to wait because at that point I'm like, I feel like you're kind of playing me. Like you're kind of trying to bamboozle me.
Wait, like when you say wait, when you say
like if somebody was like, if I've been talking seriously to somebody for a while, or if I'm with someone exclusively and I'm considering us serious, I need to know if you have kids. I need to know if you have a STD. I need to know if you even have like, I don't know, diabetes or something. Like
STD, I don't care. I don't care who. That's a deal breaker.
Yeah, no. I need to know like if you have like you said, health issues, or if your, I don't know, parent lives with you because they need caretaking, or
something
like if there's anything that's going to impact like our relationship, I feel like that needs to be disclosed early on.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel like that's first date type of stuff, or do you feel like that's we're talking, like we're getting somewhere maybe, so now I feel like we need to have some more serious conversations?
That's what I said. Like if you feel like you like somebody, like y'all have been out a few times, like y'all kicking it, I'm not saying to the point where you exclusive. What I mean by like you should give somebody the option to choose whether they want to even get to the exclusive part. Those are things I feel like should be shared. Mm-hmm. At least going in, I know that, I might have to assist or not maybe see you as much as I want because you are helping your mom or your dad or your grandma, whoever. Mm-hmm. Or like, I got a health issue.
Yeah.
I'm going to be okay, but this is that. Like, This is why on Wednesdays, you don't hear from me as much. Mm-hmm. So because before we get too far in, like I'm giving you your respect by sharing something that is deep within me with you, so that you can, if you want to keep rocking with me, then we cool.
Yeah.
But this is what it is. I don't want to have to keep hiding Wednesdays from you.
Right.
I don't want to keep you thinking like, dang, on Wednesdays, because I guess time go enough as a woman, y'all might start thinking like, dang. This is a trend.
Right.
What's he doing on Wednesday? Do he got something else going on, or, Mm-hmm. So it's just like, I feel like it's fair to allow people to choose whether or not they want to take on
certain
what you have going on.
Yeah.
And I feel like that should be a respectable thing.
Yeah.
Like that's fair to me.
Yeah.
Not like, oh yeah, we've been kicking it. It's been 3 months. Now you about to have a heart attack.
You want to like drop this bomb on me because you were scared that I wouldn't have accepted you. To me, it's like if you're resisting something out of fear of acceptance, then that means that if that person was going to accept you for it or not, like you're not even giving them the opportunity to. You know what I mean? And now you're causing another issue by waiting and doing it in this way.
No, that's not even causing another issue. That's just caused the issue.
Like now I'm not even right. Now I'm not even interested in you, not because of whatever you told me, but I'm not interested because of the way that you went about it.
Right. The way that I found out.
Exactly. So I don't know. I mean, I think it's just one of those things where right now I have a few friends who are dating, and it's like, first of all, I just, oh my goodness. Like, it sounds like the Wild Wild West in the dating pool. But I do think that there are still a lot of good people out there, and I feel like singles shouldn't lose hope that there are good people still out there. But it's just like navigating that and like being someone who's like, I don't know, trying to find their person. It's like what is too much at a time? What is not enough? You know what I mean? Right. Like, how do you kind of put everything out there early on, or do you kind of pace things out? I don't know. It's just, if you were dating right now as a guy, like, and you were single, like, what would you expect at this stage in your life?
I would expect the same thing I've always expected. I don't think I've ever had the challenge enough to not. Aaron is still dealing with postpartum heat, I guess.
I'm gonna have to take the sweatshirt off.
What was I saying?
Like, how would you navigate dating if you were dating at 30 years old right now, or 31 because you're 31.
Yeah, it do seem ghetto out there for sure.
Yeah,
it does. But I think even I feel like it's always ghetto. Like typically it's ghetto if you choose to put yourself in ghetto spaces. You find in the ghetto,
right?
The ghetto. You find in the ghetto. And I feel like that's a reality for a lot of people. Because I do think there is still a lot of good women, a lot of good men out there that, if you are truly looking for that, you can go find it. You just have to put yourself in a space where that you have the highest chance, But what would I do? I would keep doing how I normally do.
Like, where would you hang out? Where would you?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't know where I would hang out.
Like, where would you be like, okay, this is an acceptable place where I think a good woman could be?
Oh, I don't know. Because I'm not even in that space anymore. Mm-hmm. So I legitimately can't. I don't know how to answer that question because I legit don't know. Mm-hmm. There could be new spaces now, so I don't know.
Right.
That was literally, I don't know. It's been how long? So I have no idea. But I mean, I guess the best way I can possibly maybe answer that is I think about when we were dating. It's so easy to go back to DC because it's just like, it's such like you can get any type of vibe there. You can get a very adult vibe. You can get a fun vibe. You can get a family vibe. Like, you can go find what you're looking for. I'm not saying that's the only place you can find something, but it's just like an easy example. It's just like if you did live there or if I had to travel there for work, I don't think it would be an issue being in a space where I do find someone that I'm attracted to that is aligned with what I am looking for.
So do you think that there are certain places in the world that just aren't conducive for dating seriously?
Nah, I think everywhere got somewhere. I just think that you have to go to the places. Like if we're talking about here in Detroit, there are a lot of spaces where people choose to go to the ghetto. And when I say ghetto, I'm not talking about.
Yeah, I was gonna say you need to
I'm
elaborate
not talking about
on
literally
that.
like the ghetto or like the hood or however it's gonna be taken. But like there are places even, I don't know, however many years ago that I still wouldn't go. Like I just didn't. It wasn't my vibe no more.
You know that whomever you see there is not gonna be aligned with what you actually
like. I know
want.
if I go in there and I see somebody that's cute, I'm probably it's not gonna go anywhere. It's kind of like It's kind of like when I used to go to the club. If I do get somebody number, I'm probably not hitting them up
So
because it was just fun for the night.
Like okay, so you're a married man,
Yeah.
So I feel like you could give perspective on like where someone who has the same morals or vibe as you would be.
I don't know, like if it's for fun, maybe like little speakeasy joints. I don't know,
like a cute little bar,
like a wine bar.
Okay.
Target.
Okay.
Like Whole Foods. Like
Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Getting those brown butter cookies in the freezer.
You know what? You know where dudes be slipping at? You know where I would go?
Where? Wait, let me guess.
Go ahead.
Golf?
No, I'm not gonna. I don't think I'll find.
Equinox.
I mean, that's
the gym.
Not a bad place to start. Mind you, guys, we have a very easy relate. This is not like I don't want nobody thinking like, oh yeah, he be looking at the people at the gym. Yeah, no, I got eyes. She got eyes too, but
yeah,
obviously she's saying all the spaces as well. It's a good spot. You might find a little needle in a haystack.
The pumpkin patch?
No. It's kind of like...
Where?
I mean, you can give it a shot. Aritzia.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
for sure.
For my vibe, like I like them really pretty, so it's just like if I was gonna at least.
But I feel like the girls in Aritzia.
I'm just saying they could be ghetto. I don't know.
They are cute. I will give them that. They carry them at least at our Aritzia because Cameron comes shopping with me and I'd
be like, it don't be no. The dudes came here.
They have good music. There actually are a couple of guys who work there now, and they're like actually cute guys. And it's so funny because Cameron was like, "Shoot, I would be working here too.
I would get a job here too.
Part-time job.
Yes, absolutely.
Be helping the girls try, share,
you look good in
this will look good on you,
in a very easygoing way,
and they don't give like gay vibes. The guys who are working there, so it's not like I feel like they could easily probably get a
I'm
win
not
in
saying
there.
that's what they there for. I'm just saying, like, I'm thinking, like, that would be the furthest I go for something bad to happen, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going to go somewhere and it don't work out, it would probably be Aritzia.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you in the mall, so you don't know. It ain't a space where it's like, oh, yeah, this is my type of girl. You don't know. I do know that this is a specific type of girl who shops there.
Yeah.
And if you like really pretty, I would start. That's the place I would start.
Yeah. And I feel like it is also like that's one of those stores where you actually have to like.
And they got the little coffee shop, so I probably like.
But I think
mingle in
even
the
from
coffee shop.
I think even from a price point, it's going to attract a certain type of woman. Like
Yeah.
you're probably at least somewhat established if you're just balling out in Aritzia. I mean,
Right.
it's not like a cheap store.
Yeah,
So
one pair of jeans is $120.
yeah. So I mean, that's actually not a bad idea.
I'm just saying, like, it's she care about herself to some extent. At least what I want you to care about yourself for, like, because that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean everyone has to.
Yeah.
But that's where all the places I would think about now: Aritzia, Target, Whole Foods for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The gym is an easy one.
Because those are things that you care about.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's like the biggest thing is also just like knowing yourself well enough when you're whether you're dating or you're married or single or wherever you're at in life. I think that kind of knowing what
your vibe is.
I
was also thinking about too, like when we were younger, like going to the club, that was cool, but honestly, it was never like really going
to the club. Yeah,
it was never really my thing, but it's something I did because it's just like what you do, like in college or whatever. But when I think back, I'm like, that just wasn't really that enjoyable. Mm-hmm. But also for me, knowing myself, it's easier for me to like get on and not in a public way. It may like I could be in public, such as like I don't know at the gym or something like that. But it's like I can find a way to kind of wiggle my way in there and get her attention. Yeah. If it's somebody that I'm interested in. Mm-hmm. Like, that's how I've always done it. It's, like, real low-key. No one really got to know until, I guess, it's known. You know? Like, that's just kind of how... I mean, even with you, like, it was... Ain't nobody know until it was known. So,
right.
Like, I don't know. That's just how I've always moved, I guess. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't got to make this big, grand statement or entrance to... the dating scene, I guess. Yeah. But it's some spaces that I feel like are available that people don't go to. Mm-hmm. And it might not be their vibe. I'm just saying, like, I think there's some good people out there that you can go find that's kicking it, that's doing good, chilling, maybe have some of your moral values. Y'all are aligned.
What about church? Should you look for your spouse at church?
You can. I'm not opposed. I ain't never had... I didn't say church because I've never... Yeah, that's never worked out.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. It just don't work out at church. I find Christians.
Do you feel like church puts, like, finding someone at church automatically puts
it puts a cloud over before you even starting?
Like like, is there a certain maybe expectation that possibly would not have been there? I don't even know if expectation is the right word.
I think it's just a cloud that doesn't even have to be there. It's just like y'all are both kind of tiptoeing around the fact that like we met at church, so we probably should be living a certain type of way, and you probably are, but you're doing extra.
Yeah, it's
trying to like prove that like I'm super holier than thou, so I need to be doing this with you. Meanwhile, we're not really being ourselves to the
fullest.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe that's why church doesn't work out. And sometimes at church, like I've had.
Dang, what are they doing? Sometimes at church, what?
I've only had like probably a few that I may have liked, but one in particular I won't forget. Which I grew up in church with her, but it was like years later, and it's like, oh, I didn't even know she liked me. I would have talked to her, but it's kind of like you just don't know. You don't know what you're going to get. You don't know. You don't even know how to sometimes approach in church because of that alone. Like, it is hard. So that's why I wouldn't like necessarily put church in it.
And I think
now maybe now.
Yeah, but I think church also like really doesn't. I don't know. It kind of
how do
like
you get on that church?
You kind of like I feel like church can kind of be judgy. Like they can be like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this and you shouldn't be doing that, and just kind of like putting a magnifying glass up on you, like,
or you start going to church with this person, y'all sitting together now everybody's in your business
exactly.
at the church.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like it adds this extra level of pressure.
Yeah.
Which I totally agree with what you said. But I think at our church now,
our church is all family. I mean, it's a few singles.
Yeah,
you
it's
can
not a
probably
whole lot
find
of
something,
singles.
but it's like where we're at in life right now. It's
yeah,
like,
like
it's a lot
little
of
kids,
families, yeah.
young families.
I ain't saying that you can't come there and find somebody, but I just still wouldn't put church in that category necessarily. And I'm not opposed to it either. I just wouldn't, because of growing up in the church. Like, it's never been a success story of getting on, and nor have I really actually felt the need, or like, I guess, I don't know. I just haven't felt like it was a thing to do growing up, because it's like, at the end of the day, people be in your business. Yeah. And if anybody's church folk really be up in your business.
They really do.
So, like, it only take one time to get out. They cute. But then the cute go to, like, so that's really digging to.
Right. Are y'all having sex?
Right.
Are y'all, know,
everything
what y'all got going on?
It just only been 1 week.
Right. Y'all living together?
Right.
Y'all shacking up?
Right. Y'all shacking up. Yeah. So,
like, dang.
Church, nah. I wouldn't put that on my list.
On your top 5.
But I'm just saying, right now, like where I am right now, I feel like I would be obviously married, but if I wasn't married, I still would be somewhat here. And it would be like, I don't know, like I said, grocery shopping is an easy one. As much as guys are saying they hate Target, all the girls be in Target. Yeah. And it don't take nothing but 2 seconds to go be in the same aisle as somebody. And I don't know what it is. But you can catch somebody's attention if you really, really want to.
Yeah. Also Trader Joe's, like,
I don't really like Trader Joe's.
I know you don't like Trader Joe's, but like all the girls be up in Trader Joe's.
Yeah, for sure. So like, that's a great
and
ad.
I be seeing TikTok guys on TikTok like, I'm up in here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Oh, actually,
I'm Joe.
No, actually, at Trader Joe's on a Sunday, a girl tried to get on. Yeah, that's funny you said that.
Yeah.
I actually forgot to tell you that one. Oh, you were out of town, I think.
Oh Lord, that's even worse.
But yeah, like, it's a thing though. Like the girl, some stores, girls are also, they be getting on nowadays too.
Yeah.
If they see something they like, they ain't shy about it either. So I don't know. I understand this ghetto. I just don't think it got to be as hard as a lot of people seem to be making it.
I think the biggest thing, I think the hardest part is navigating. What I hear a lot of my single friends say is that, like, you start liking somebody, things feel good at first, and then suddenly, like, you get ghosted, or it just doesn't end up ever getting to anything. And it's just kind of like, how do you can find someone, but like, how do you get past that initial, like, hump, essentially, like, to where it's like, okay, things are fun, things are cool, things are exciting, like, we're first starting to talk, and then 2 months goes by, and then things just, like, fall by the wayside.
Wait, before we get into that, where would you go?
Where would I go?
Yeah, what spaces would you be in?
Well, those are all places that I just naturally go.
Oh, well,
I feel like for the girl, it's easy. Yeah, it's a matter of the guy, like,
coming to those
places. Yeah. I would try to golf. Like, if I was really trying to, like,
course, I'm definitely shooting.
I would be like, I'm learning how to shoot.
No, I'm
like,
shooting.
Swing.
If I saw you at a golf, I'm shooting. I ain't even about to try to wiggle in. I'm just coming up like, how you doing?
Yeah, like, I for sure try to golf. I would definitely go to the gym, like a nice gym. I'm sorry, I'm not going to Planet Fitness. Like, that's just not. I'm not.
You might find a few in there.
No, like, that's just a no for me.
Let me give the quick gym thing though, because I had a home gym in here, which is now our finished basement, and I really wanted, and this is kind of a tip to just married men, I feel like, in general, who want their wives to be fit or have some type of a level of, like, activity going on, who they don't desire. I feel like instead of kind of like pressuring them, or like kind of saying, always saying, I need you to work out, find a way, bring a solution. And I, had a Planet Fitness membership, worked out in my basement. Like, guys can kind of work out wherever. But I wanted my wife to work out. I wanted her to like be able to like really want her own fitness goals, whatever the case may be on her own. So I'm like, hey, we're gonna go to the gym. Now, mind you, I would never, ever spend the amount of money that I spend on this gym membership for two people now, if I didn't have a legitimate reason to. And we found Equinox, and it's the cleanest gym I've been in. Shoot, I enjoy it. The guys there are clean. The locker room never stinks. So it's like, even though it wasn't for me, it was still for me. Like, I'm winning on both sides of it. It's just kind of like looking at it. Sometimes throwing out the excuse of how much something costs, it's not always about money. It's sometimes like what you value in life and stuff like that.
I think it
type of thing.
The environment definitely makes a difference.
Yeah.
Like when our house, just like when our house is clean, we feel better.
Yeah.
Like when we go somewhere, like you don't want to go to a nasty restaurant. You want to go to a
nice
great restaurant with great service. And like, I feel like we pay for that in our gym. But I was talking to one of my friends. I'm like, I feel like I was actually wasting more money with the Planet Fitness membership because even though it was $10 a month, that still was never going.
Yeah.
So at least though this membership is significantly more, I feel like I'm actually getting my money's worth because we're using it. We're using the classes. We're doing, like we're going.
Feel good in the facilities.
Yeah,
the showers
you enjoy
are
going. And so it's like it makes it worth it. And, once you kind of get past the hump of how much something costs and you realize like it's not about how much it costs, it's about how much value it's actually adding to my life, then it becomes worth it.
Exactly.
So I would for sure go to the gym. And a gym where I feel like the guys that I see are actually fit. They're athletic. They're like, they could train me if they needed. You know what I mean?
Even the
like,
old cat, shout out Aaron. First
right.
week.
Oh, man.
Hey,
He's
dog.
going to have me a sugar daddy if I wasn't married.
I'm like, dang. And we done seen him out a few times in the last few years. You're like,
right.
Oh, yeah, he got a type.
Yeah, he definitely has a type. Yeah. But yeah, so I think it's really hard for girls now just figuring out how to pace out a relationship. Instead, like, yes, putting your cards out on the table could very well leave you with no one, but it's also like I don't know. I just feel
I think it's a way to kind of you figure out who you can and can't have a conversation with. You figure out who you can have a serious moment with, even in a short time. Like you can kind of feel out a person to know, like, is this conversation going to go well, or do I even think this person can handle this kind of conversation? Like you say, I'm serious. These are my goals. I want us to grow into something. I like you, want to, or whatever the case may be. And if he can't handle that, then it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you already feeling like he can't handle that, that should tell you enough that the guy's not going to last.
Yeah.
I feel like people should know whether or not this person is just a solid person in general. And if they can I can know if someone can add them to my life after meeting them. You know what I mean? It's in life, it is really give and take, and especially in getting into relationships.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just taking off the rose-colored glasses and actually seeing people for who they are.
Yeah.
Instead of
what you
automatically placing this kind of fantasy as the perspective you're looking at them through, and it's like every person you see is like, oh my gosh, this could be my husband. And it's like when you approach any type of relationship with that mindset, you kind of just go in with the wrong idea of who they are. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like you're not giving them a chance to actually show you. You're automatically like hoping that they are what you want them to be. And so I feel like that's the best approach. Like if I were dating right now, like I already was just like, I wouldn't say I played hard to get, but I was never just the okay, like, I was never like an okay kind of girl where I'm just like going with whatever, accepting whatever. Like I always was like, no, like he needs to have some type of chase. Like they need to want me, you know what I mean? And like they need to show me that they want me. And that came with withholding certain things. That came from not having sex. Like that came from not like really valuing who I am and like knowing who I am. And I think that is really the root of a healthy, successful relationship. It's like sometimes you do have to take a beat as a woman and like take a pause, take a break. Like don't maybe not date for a little while so you can figure out what you actually want,
Yeah.
you know, or and even for guys too.
Yeah.
So
I think the biggest thing you said is having a standard.
yeah.
Now it doesn't. There is no rule to whatever a standard is, but like for me, I respect if a girl has a standard, and there's a standard that I expect the girl to have.
Yeah.
So that's what would get me in the door and keep me in the door.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the biggest thing right there.
Yeah.
But you got to be real with yourself and know what your standard is. If your standard is loosey goosey,
yeah, you have to know that
either
that's what
tighten
you're
up
gonna
or
get.
just know that's what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Like,
and there's no way around it. You could be the best, most amazing person, but you're not giving the person a chance to figure that out. Like at the end of the day, like you're still kind of a stranger to them, you know? So like, you know you're great, but if you're not making them figure that out for themselves about you, then it's just like, okay, whatever. I don't need you in my life. So that's when I feel like that's when you get ghosted, or that's when like things just kind of fizzle out, or you're trying too hard, or maybe they just found someone else that they're interested in. Sometimes it's not even all about you. It's like whatever, something else came up. So
something else, nice shiny object. You know.
So I mean, I don't know. More power to the singles, but like there are people out there. I don't want to make it seem like it's just hopeless.
No, I think it's I really do think people don't go to the spaces to where they can find who they're looking for. I think they continue going to the same spaces they probably always went to, and then it's called ghetto because you're not taking yourself out of those environments. It's just like anything. If you want to grow, you kind of got to remove yourself from where you are, because where you are, you're clearly not happy with your growth. So you take yourself and put yourself in a different space. And it is sometimes easier said than done, but like that's what you have to do. You might have to remove some people out of your life. You may have some influences that aren't influencing you well, so you are still choosing the wrong people. Or you, as a woman, like you may have people, some women in your ear that is, they the ones stopping you because of what they telling you. Or they stopping your greatness because of what you're hearing from them, and you're taking their advice or whatever the case may be. You know, and that can go for both men and women, but like that, those are all things that can happen. You got to kind of be able to assess your world and know like, dang, why can't I do 1, 2, and 3? Why can't I find what I'm looking for? Yeah. And you just got to sometimes look in the mirror and tell yourself like, you know what? Yeah, I got to tighten up because this ain't going to shake. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's where it got to start at. Otherwise,
for sure,
stay in the ghetto.
I know, because like literally last night we were on a date and I was like, we were talking and I'm like, literally every guy, this sounds so like, but every guy that I talked to literally thought I was his wife. And I'm like, I am not your wife. The Lord did not tell me that. Like, I don't know what y'all be, I don't know. But I think that it says more about like how you carry yourself as a person versus like them actually thinking I would say
this about you. Men a lot of times say that because you aren't an easy cookie to crack. And then when we were younger, you weren't getting cracked. Right. So a lot of men think they're first. It's just cracked. Like, you're my wife because now you my mission. Yeah. You know? And not really thinking about what a wife is and what it can be for them. It's just like, oh, this girl, just because of that alone, let alone how smart you are and all these different things, what you got going on, that one thing is enough to be like, oh, yeah, that's my wife. Because now it's just like, ain't nobody had this. Yeah. So why wouldn't she be my wife? You know? Yeah. Adding on the fact that you're just a great person. You know what I mean? Yeah. That can be a lot of guys' issues. Like, oh, I done found me one. This got to be my mission. Yeah. So yeah, no.
I mean, that makes sense.
That'd be if dudes are saying, because dudes be saying like, I love you, you my wife. It's like all these different. And my bad, fellas. Like, but
no, we just say it how it is.
It's just that's what it is. Like, you can say whatever sometimes to a girl, and it be working. But some girls it don't work at. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that's that's what it is.
I'd have been married and divorced about 5 times by now.
I did find out how many. I was like, dang. He was moving and shaking.
He didn't know how many guys I talked to.
Yeah, I was like, golly. She thought that way more.
I mean,
people
I
than
was
me.
talking. I just didn't. I mean,
Hey, she was out here.
I was not out here. Shut up. Anyway, let us know if you guys watch Love Is Blind, what you think about the whole situation, and how soon you think it's too soon or soon enough to tell someone all your, not all,
It
but
ain't gonna
like,
be RT, but
like
kids is
the
like
major
pretty serious.
things. Kids is definitely
Kids
serious.
is serious. Health is serious.
And kids is just something that I would not even want to hide. Like, I want you to
I'm
accept
proud
the
of my
fact that
kids.
I'm a mother. Like,
and also too, you obviously this may not be everybody's situation, but like you may have lost the child's other parent.
Yeah. Right. It might not just be y'all
And you can be open about that. It's
Yeah.
like, this is what it is. I'm a single parent for this reason.
Yeah.
Like you never know how it can.
How it came to be.
Yeah,
this.
but I feel like it's how you kind of lay it out for someone that that can you allow. Oh yeah, I respect that they have this mindset. Or if the other parents around you like, this is how we are, co-parent great. Like 1, 2, and 3. This is my mindset toward it all.
Yeah.
But I just put it out there.
Because honestly, at a certain point, like, once you get grown and you're still dating, like,
Some
the
people might have
likelihood of people having kids in your
gets higher.
30s, it gets very, it gets
Yeah.
much higher. So
Yeah.
I can see if you're 22 and you don't want to date somebody with kids. I mean, I can see if you're 35 and still don't want to date someone with kids. But you have to know that significantly cuts your options.
Yeah.
By the time you're 35 and you like, I absolutely cannot date someone with any
Yeah.
kids. So, I mean, that's just the way it is.
Is what it is. Like.
So, anyway.
Anyway.
All right, you guys.
Yeah,
Well,
if
this
you
was
rock
fun.
with me, then you rock with us. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.